Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Am I the Asshole? As always, I'm your host, Craig. Man, I'm not going to lie. I think we got a pretty good episode today. I got a story lined up that I stumbled across that, I definitely think this is going to be a good one. Definitely a subject that people have differing opinions on, rightfully so. So this one is, Am I the Asshole? My partner got Botox and filler, and I think it looks terrible. Man, I already know my opinion on this, and I'm not even going to jump into that until we get a little bit more in the story, but I can already see how this one could go pretty sour pretty quick. So before we jump in, as always, if you do enjoy the episode, don't forget, like and subscribe. So without any further delay, let's jump right into it, shall we? Let's get my old man glasses. I am a 32-year-old man, and my partner, a 28-year-old female, went on vacation with her friend, who works in the medical field and is really into plastic surgery. Her friend had some syringes of Botox and filler, and my partner decided it would be fun to get Botox in her forehead and filler in her lips and chin. When she returned from vacation, I saw her, and I felt like I hardly recognized her. She looks different. I hate it. And I can't understand the desire to use filler or Botox. Before I even go any further, let me go ahead and jump in. I agree. I think the shit's crazy. I actually had an ex that would also get injections in her forehead. And she pointed it out one time that, I guess one way to not get wrinkles in your forehead, she couldn't really like raise her eyebrows that much. And, it was funny. Before she pointed it out, I didn't really know. I hadn't recognized. And then once she did, that's all I could notice. I was just like, damn it. Like, I wonder how much more animated she would have been if she didn't have it in her forehead. But it was her choice. So let's go further. I have tried my best to be supportive, but it is hard. I have said things like, wow, you look so different. I'm glad you did what makes you happy. And you still look beautiful. But I can't stop staring, and it makes me queasy looking at her, wondering who this person is. Meanwhile, I am struggling to not say that I hate the Botox/filler, that I find her new look way less attractive, she looks like a duck, and that one side of her lips is puffier than the other. Should I be honest that I am repulsed by her injections, or bite my tongue and never say anything? Am I the asshole? Verdict? I mean, I guess the original question is he the asshole for thinking the Botox and filler that his partner got looks terrible? No. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying like, yo, that looks terrible. Now, I think you are a little bit of the asshole for, kind of your sly comments like, oh, you look so much different. Like that's definitely, pretty passive aggressive. So yeah, I think you're kind of the asshole for that. I think by this point, you should just like sit her down and say like, yo, I'm sorry, you don't look attractive to me. Like, and this is where the other side comes in. And this really kind of depends on like relationship dynamics. Like a woman's free to do what she wants. I will not deny that, that's not what this is about. But when you are in a relationship, I do feel like there's a little bit of like give and take. I mean, like, maybe it's not the same thing, but I feel like if I was in a relationship and I wanted to go get like a new tattoo, like almost no matter where it is, like, especially if it's bigger, like it's something I'd kind of feel like I need to talk it over with my partner. Now, do I have the right to go get a tattoo? Yeah, it's my body, but that also kind of comes into like your relationship dynamics, I feel like. But, regardless of that, this is why this is a little difficult for me because I'm with this dude like 1,000%. Like, I don't think it looks natural. I've seen some people get work done that are way less attractive than before they had it done. Maybe this kind of revolves around what that person's idea of beauty is. And I know society weighs heavy on that. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, think of like, there's a lot of stars, like movie stars that, oh my God. And some of those like old school fashion designers, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man. Like they've overdone it. And, with that being said, I'm pretty ignorant on the subject. From my understanding, it's not like you get Botox in your forehead once. Like, maybe I'm misunderstanding. I feel like it ends up kind of like wearing off a little bit. Like, I mean, like people have to go back. So I don't know if it goes back to its original form per se, but to me, it's incredibly unnatural. It's not attractive. I mean, even when I'm on like the dating apps, when I come across somebody that you can tell has work, like, I'm sorry, it's just like, yo, that's going to be a no for me, dog. Like, I'm sorry. Like, maybe a little bit in the lips I can understand, but I've also seen chicks like overdo it. Full transparency. I was on a business call last month, and I remember my boss was on the call, and we were meeting with, I'm not even going to say, just people. And these were people I'd never met before. And as soon as they jumped on the call, the girl had so much lip fillers in, like that, like her lips barely moved when she talked. I'm sitting here trying to take her seriously because she was somebody I was supposed to take seriously. I just couldn't. I'm sorry. Like, does that make me an asshole? Probably, but it's definitely a thing. Now, I'm not trying to say that I'm speaking for the majority. Maybe there's a lot of dudes out there that do find that attractive. I'm not one of them, but that doesn't make it wrong. You know what I mean? But in a situation like this where your partner is into that, like, you need to like just be flat out with her. Like, I'm sorry, this is kind of like killing my attraction to you. Like, I'm sorry I feel that way. If it does make me an asshole, it is what it is. But like, man, that sucks. Like, to me, that's kind of like one of those nightmare things, especially with that ex-girlfriend I brought up earlier. Like, I was so afraid that one day she was going to come home and just look nothing like she did when she left. Like, yeah, that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying? Like, those small differences go a long way, especially if it's somebody you look at every day. Maybe you like their face. Maybe it's not refreshing that they went and got, their lips plumped up. Definitely a relationship dynamic. So once again, verdict, are you the asshole? No. It's not your fault that you're not attracted to that. But, be nice about the comments. Just be honest with her. Have a conversation. Shit. So, well, as always, that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much, everybody that did join. Leave me some comments. Leave your opinion down there. I'm really curious. I know people's opinion is going to be different than mine, and it should be. And especially with, plastic surgery is very popular. And I think it's a look that maybe more people are on board with than I realize. And it's just not for me, dog. Sorry. So until next time, as always, thank you so much for joining. Take care of yourselves out there. And as always, peace.